Okay, now so we will be starting with illustration 30. Now let's read the question. Shivani and Neeraj are partners in a firm sharing profit and loss in the ratio of 1 is to 2. Balance sheet of their firm as on 31/3/2016 was as under. Now balance sheet is given, capital account, Shivani, Neeraj, profit and loss account, right in the bracket 1 is to 2. Take general reserve, again in the bracket 1 is to 2. Creditors, bad debt reserve we can deduct from the debtors, okay? Let me see. In the textbook they have shown separately because it's an illustration, so we also keep it as it is, we don't touch it. Okay, we will do the adjustment of bad debt reserve over there itself, we will not deduct it from debtors, we follow the textbook. Goodwill, now we have old goodwill which will go in the old ratio, so 1 is to 2. Then land and building, machinery, stock, debtor, bill receivable, and cash. Cash will go to cash account. They admitted Vijay as a new partner as on about date for the following terms. Bad debt reserve is to be kept 5,000 on debtors. So take bad debt reserve. Goodwill, new goodwill is valued at 36,000. We see this later. Value of land and building is to be appreciated by 10%. So let's check land and building tick. Then value of stock is to be decreased by 10%. Tick stock. Vijay will bring extremely important adjustment 50% of new 50% of net asset of new firm as capital and his share of goodwill in cash. तो चलो बढ़िया, goodwill cash में आ रहा है, we will do this. Shivani sacrifices 1/3 of her share and Neeraj sacrifices 1/3 share for Vijay. So we will have to find the sacrifice ratio. Let's start the sum now. Okay. We start with capital account. Shivani and Neeraj 1 lakh and 1,50,000 by balance bought forward. Shivani, Neeraj 1 lakh, 1,50,000. Then profit and loss account. Profit and loss account 9,000. So by profit and loss account 9,000, the ratio is 1 is to 2. So 3 threes are, so 3,000 and 6,000. General reserve 15,000, again old partners, old ratio by general reserve. Again 1 is to 2, so 5,000 and 10,000. Creditors, outer column 25,000. Creditors 25,000. Bad debt reserve 8,000. Inner column. Now goodwill. We have old goodwill 27,000. So partners capital account debit side to goodwill. Amount of goodwill is 27,000. 1 is to 2. 1 is to 2. So 3 से divide करेंगे. 3 nines are. So 9 ones are 9,000 and 9 twos are 18,000. Then land and building inner column 1,50,000. Machinery, no adjustment, outer column 50,000. Machinery, there is an adjustment. Let's check. Yes, book value of machinery is 25% more than its market value. Again, market important. Tick करो machinery को. Inner column 50,000. Stock inner column 20,000. Debtors outer column 30,000. Bill receivable 10,000. Cash 20,000. Cash account. Next. Now let's go to the adjustments. They admitted Vijay as a new partner as on the about date for the following terms. First, bad debt reserve is to be kept at 5,000 on debtors. Now bad debt reserve we have 8,000. So minus 3,000. Reversal of bad debt. Outer column 5,000. Second effect, revaluation account credit side by bad debt reserve 3,000. Now goodwill is to be valued at 36,000. So we need to first find out the sacrifice ratio. Start finding the sacrifice ratio. Old ratio is 1 by 3, 2 by 3. New ratio, we don't know, but sacrifice information is given that sacrifice Shivani sacrifices 1/3 of her share. तो उसका शेयर है 1/3, उसका 1/3 again 1/3, which comes to 1/9. Then Neeraj sacrifices 1/3 share for Vijay. So नीरज का डायरेक्टली 1/3 उसका sacrifice दिया है. Now 1/3, if we want to make the denominator same, so what we have to do, into 3/3, which comes to 3/9. So now sacrifice ratio is equal to 1:3. Now, what will be gain for Pankaj? Gain for Pankaj will be 1/9 plus 3/9, which is equal to 4/9. We don't need the ratio of Shivani and Neeraj new. It's not required right now. Okay. So now the sacrifice ratio is 1:3. Pankaj brings goodwill. Sorry, Vijay brings. I've written the wrong name by mistake. Vijay. Vijay brings 50% of net asset of new firm as capital and his share of goodwill in cash. So goodwill ka adjustment, let's do working note 1 for goodwill. Now new goodwill is equal to rupees. What is the value of goodwill? Goodwill given is, let's check out, goodwill is 36,000. Share of Vijay is equal to 36,000 into, what did we find out? His share 4/9. So into 4 divide by 9, which comes to 16,000. So we pass the entry now. Cash account debit 16,000 to premium for goodwill 16,000, premium for goodwill account debit 16,000. 2. Shivani, capital account. To Neeraj, capital account. Now the ratio, sacrifice ratio, what we have found out is 1 is to 3. 1 is to 3. So we go over here. 16,000, 1 is to 3. So 4 fours are, so 4,000, 12,000. This is in sacrifice ratio 1 is to 3. Let's do the posting. Cash account debit side to premium of goodwill. Amount is 16,000. Distribute between all partners by premium for goodwill 16,000. So 4,000 and 12,000. Next, so goodwill is done. Value of land and building is to be appreciated by 10%. So 10% land and building may increase. So plus 15,000, 1,65,000. Second effect, revaluation account credit side by land and building 15,000. Next adjustment, book value of machinery is 25% more than its market value. Now, let's say book value is 25% more than its market value. So, if market value is 100, book value is 25% more. So, book value is 125. सो 125 के सामने कितना वैल्यू है हमारे मशीनरी का 50,000. तो 100 के सामने कितना क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करना है हमें. सो क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करो विच कम्स टू 50,000 into 100 divide by 125 which comes to 125 fours are 5s are 10s are 40,000. So now we have to decrease the value of machinery by 40,000. Extremely important adjustment and the working. Please do this working. Extremely important. So machinery we have to actually decrease minus 10,000. Outer column 40,000. To machinery. Kalpit, to machinery 10,000 in revaluation account. Now, next adjustment, value of stock is decreased by 10%. So no problem, directly 10% minus 2,000, 18,000. Second effect, to stock 2,000. Now, sixth adjustment. For doing the sixth adjustment, first let's close the revaluation account and see whether we are getting profit or loss. So let's close the revaluation account first. 18,000. Credit side more. We write the same on the debit side. We write to partners, capital, Shivani and Neeraj. Now, what's the ratio? 1 is to 2 is the old ratio, 1 is to 2. You can see over here. So, what's the profit? 18 minus 12 is 6,000. So, Shivani gets 2,000 and Neeraj gets 4,000. Transfer it to partners capital account. By revaluation account 2000 and 4000. Now, what we need to do is we need to balance Shivani and Neeraj. Okay, that's the first thing we are going to do is balance Shivani and Neeraj. So यहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं कहा है, ध्यान दो स्टूडेंट्स फॉर अ वाइल, यहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं कहा है कि क्लोजिंग कैपिटल विल बी इन देयर प्रॉफिट शेयरिंग रेशियो. ऐसा कुछ भी कहा होता तो हम रफ में पहले उसका बैलेंस फाइंड करते. यहाँ पे ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. यहाँ पे द एडजस्टमेंट इज Shivan Vijay will bring 50% of net asset of the new firm as the capital. Okay, so I'll explain it to you. First, find the balance. Now, Neeraj mein, you have to see which side is more. Obviously, your credit is more. Do the total 1,50,000 plus 6,000 plus 10,000 plus 12,000 plus 4,000. 1,82,000. 1,82,000. Now, from credit side, we deduct the debit side, we get the balance. To balance carried forward. 182 minus 18,000. So 1,64,000. Let's balance Shivani. So total karo 10,000, 1 lakh plus 30,000 plus 1 lakh plus 3,000 plus 5,000 plus 4,000 plus 2,000. So 1 lakh 14,000. Same thing we write on the debit side. Minus karo 9,000. So 1 lakh 5,000. 1 lakh 5,000. Now, यहां तक हो गया सबका. Now, I go to the adjustment. Adjustment ने ऐसा कहा है, Vijay will bring 50% of net asset of the new firm as capital. 50% of the net asset of the new firm as capital. Now, what is net asset? Net assets, I write working note to. Net asset यानी क्या? Net asset is equal to asset minus liability. So can I say net asset is asset minus liability? You remember the formula A is equal to C plus L. Therefore, capital is equal to asset minus liability. So over here, ये जो capital है, which is our net asset, you say net asset या capital. Now this capital, the adjustment is Vijay will bring 50% of net asset of the new firm as capital. तो ये capital का two part है. 50% is brought by Vijay. 50% is brought by Vijay and balance 50% is by Shivani and Neeraj. Now, in this case, we already have the capital of Shivani and Neeraj. So first let's find out कि 50% share जो शिवानी और नीरज का है वो कितना है. So we write over here capital balance of Shivani is equal to, we found the capital balance of Shivani, check out 1 lakh 5,000. Capital balance of Neeraj कितना है? 1,64,000. Total 2,69,000. Now this total capital of Shivani and Neeraj is 2,69,000. So for 50% capital कितना है? Capital for 50% capital of Shivani and Neeraj is equal to 2,69,000. Therefore, for balance 50%, capital of Vijay, obviously 50% is 2,69,000, so remaining 50% will also be 2,69,000. So this is what we have to find. This is the amount which Vijay will bring. So therefore, we pass the entry cash account debit 2,69,000 to Vijay capital account. 2,69,000. Pass the entry to Vijay's capital account 2,69,000 हम क्लोज कर ही देते हैं 2,69,000 plus 16,000 plus 20,000. So 2,69,000 plus 36,000. So balance कर लो 3,05,000. 3,05,000 by balance carried forward. 3,05,000. Transfer it to balance sheet cash. 3,05,000 directly from here. Now, second effect, buy cash. 2,69,000 balance it 2,69,000 transfer it to capital account. Shivani 1,05,000 Neeraj 1,64,000 Neeraj 1,64,000 and Vijay 2,69,000. Do the total 5 lakh Double of 2,69,000 is 5,38,000. Do the totals. 5,38,000 plus 60. 5,68,000. Check it out. Okay, now this sum, just go through it once again. See the last adjustment, what we did. Once again, I'll repeat the adjustment for you. Here it is given that Vijay will bring 50% of net asset of new firm as capital and his share of goodwill in cash. So 50% of net asset यानी क्या? Net asset is equal to asset minus liability. So asset is equal to what? A is equal to C plus L. We have already seen. So C is equal to A minus L. So net asset is equal to capital. So capital 50% Vijay and 50% is Shivani and Neeraj. So now, what we do is we found out capital of Shivani, we found out capital of Neeraj. So total is 2,69,000 for 50%. तो बाकी का 50% भी सेम ही रहेगा 2,69,000. So 2,69,000 will be brought by Vijay. Is this clear now? Then we pass the entry and we give the effects. Okay, so practice this sum, very important for exam, especially the capital part, and even this machinery part is very important. The working what we did over here. You also do this working in the textbook so that repeatedly you can revise when you go through the sums and the textbook. Okay, so that's it. If you have any doubt, let me know.